All right. Hey, guys and gals. Hello, guys and gals. Beautiful people, beautiful minds. So great to have you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, that's so great. You know I love that. I truly do. All right. Things I must explain to you guys and gals. But first, allow me to finish with, while doing mod stuff. So please and thank you for your patience. Here we go. I want to do some quick shout outs and such. Let's see. By the way, how is your day going? Happy Friday. Turn that up. Who doesn't love Fridays? Let's go. Okay. All right. Shout outs quickly to Fala Best and Dude's Cousin. Also to Suncoast Software. Thank you all for the support, the kind words, and all that other goodness type stuff. You guys are all awesome. Truly are. Okay. I think I'm almost done here. And then we'll get started. I also want to thank whoever's been stopping by to watch this live stream. You are great. You know you are. I've had to restart the stream because, well, I've been having technical difficulties. Oh, joy! Actually, it wasn't really joy. Not for me. It's highly cringe moments. Not a fan of having to fix and or repair stuff. I mean, I am capable, but it's just like, my goodness. Why can't things just flow nicely, you know? I'm working on a program. I'm not live. I'm doing things. No problems. No real major problems. And then I go live, and that's when everything goes sideways. Oh, joy! Not a fan of that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, it always never fails. Murphy's Law. It only happens when you're live. So we're going to get going here. And I believe I shouted out who I wanted to. We'll do this and then we'll get started. We'll say that's enough for the mod stuff. Hopefully the viewer comes back, whoever you are. I do apologize having to end the stream. So let me explain my technical difficulties to you. I wanted to end it because, well, a couple of things. I didn't want to spend a lot of time trying to debug and figure out I knew what the problem was. Okay? Let me briefly explain it. So last stream, of course, naturally, right? I'll explain this again. So you have to, the form is the parent, okay? The form one is the parent, okay? It's the parent form. All right, so if you accidentally change the font size, i.e. increase the font size, well, the software auto-adjusts for the font, and it increases the size of your form. Okay, and they're just random numbers. Okay, this is what we're using for a size, 1440 by 900. It's just a random size. I mean, it's fine, right? Now, if you've been watching, you would have seen my display resolution file that I nicely shared with you guys. But let's carry on. So I was adding in a label. Okay, this service controller label. I believe it was that one. I don't know. And I was talking and explaining something in regards to the form. So I clicked the form. Okay. Now, I wasn't, I don't know, paying 100% full attention. I knew I wanted to change the font of something, right? I think it was a label. So here's my tip, okay? Make certain that you have whatever you're changing, especially in regards to fonts. Make certain that you have it selected. Again, if you change the font in the form will auto adjust, and that throws everything right out. Okay, so I had to check this again and fix that. It kind of auto adjusted, and then same thing with this. So I checked these are okay, everything's in here still, but the service controller got moved. Okay, and so even with resizing the form, the service controller label was just kind of floating out in limbo, like somewhere, who knows, like outside the border of this. I don't know where it was. So that's why I had to end it, because I had a duplicate, right? So in my code, I already have the name of it. I think it's already, yeah, see, it's good. This is where the confliction was happening. So because I didn't see this label, it was like out somewhere floating in limbo space. Even though I deleted this and looked behind it, didn't see anything. I deleted this, looked behind. All I did was just do a undo to bring it back. Again, anything inside a parent will get deleted with it as well, right? So if I select a group box, it'll delete and remove everything, okay? So be aware of that as well. Not something you want to do, but I was trying to find this service controller label because it got moved, guys. When the form auto adjusted, the label got moved somewhere right out of into limbo space somewhere. Who knows? Maybe it ended up in California when it was in New York. I don't know. Crazy. So trying to make a long story short, I'll explain how I figured it out, because I needed to find it. I need to be able to click it so that I could access the properties of it. Or even for that matter, like to be able to just delete it, right? Because I had a duplicate. And I didn't want a duplicate because, well, I don't know, I'm OCD and all those things. I don't want extra redundant, unnecessary information floating somewhere. Okay, I want things to be fine, right? I don't like issues or problems. I don't. I'll fix them. I'll push through and get them figured out. But I'm not a fan of them. I'll just say that. So what I had to do was I started going, well, I have to find it. I have to be able to select it so that I could find the properties, so that I can look at it, so that I could actually look at the properties or attributes of this label, right? And again, I wasn't able to click it because it was out of reach, out of sight, and I had no idea where it was, even though I did try to find it. So I did a view or a search. What did I do? I looked, find and replace, a quick find. That's kind of what I did. There we go. So I did that. Okay, and it'll bring up this, but this is the code behind it. Kind of. So I don't know if you guys know, like there is some code behind that's also, it's automatically built for you, okay? I had it opened earlier, but you don't want to mess with it because if you start deleting things, your program will break, right? You'll start getting errors. Okay, so you have to be kind of meticulous and precise in what you do. If you want to remove something or delete something, you have to physically delete and remove the object itself. Okay, you can't just open up the what's it here? Do I have it open? Here it is, the designer dot. This is where you can't just start deleting lines, because that doesn't work. God, annoying phone calls. Get backhanded. I don't know if it's I have no idea what it is. Just one of those weird numbers that you don't answer, but it keeps calling all the time. So anyways, getting refocused here, back on track. You can't just delete this. Okay, that doesn't work. Again, you have to delete the physical object. And I'll show you quickly. So if I delete this, I start getting stuff, right? And you start getting breaks. You can't even run it, or you can't do anything. So I'm going to close this. There we go. Okay, I was actually inside of this looking. So what I did, this is the easiest way to find it. Okay, so I found it finally, and I was able to, once I figured it out here, so here you have a drop-down list, which is nice. Oh my goodness, I've never done this before, and it's kind of nice that these things happen, even though I strongly dislike them. But also you learn something from it too. So now I figured out another way to find something without having to do all the extra stuff that I was doing to try to find it. So I could just do this pull down list, look for what I'm looking for, which is the do I have it highlighted already? Maybe I do. Okay, I do, right? And I clicked it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, thank goodness, finally. So then all I had to do was just change the location, make certain that my form was the proper size. See how things can quickly go sideways? Just something as silly as changing the font size. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. So I'm a little bit running behind today because of it all. So I figured it out. Again, didn't take me long. I did get it. Now it's back. This is the one that was lost in limbo. It's back. Okay. Hopefully I explained all that. So yeah, right here. That's how I got it. I just looked for it in the list. And boom shakalaka, there you have it. Let's drop the yays. Now it's unfortunate I had to start all over again because the beginning of the last stream it had lots of laughs. Things were going off like really nicely. Lots of jokes and humor and the kids were laughing. I don't know if they were laughing at me or with me, one or the other. But they were laughing lots. Oh, good times. All right, let's continue. I know that was a bit, but at least now you guys and gals, right? My pain is your gain, in all honesty. Okay? I break things and then I figure it out and I show you how to fix it. That's what I do. Unfortunately, I'm not as popular for it. All right, we're going to continue on. So that's what I was going to do. I was going to add in a new label, right? And because this one, right? So here, understand. This one was hiding in limbo here, okay? It was just hiding. So I was bringing in a new one. So I dragged and dropped a new one. And then I was trying to see, here's where the confliction happens. You're not allowed to have two labels with the same name, right? So that's what was happening. So as soon as I do this, that's when you get this, right? You can see the details, right? And it's telling me there's another one in use. And I knew there was one somewhere, right? But I couldn't see it. I couldn't touch it. I couldn't just click it. And I needed to click it. And I did try to find it, but it was I don't know if it was kicked right out of the outside boundaries of this form or what happened. Good times, good times. Happy Friday, though, guys and gals. Happy Friday. Okay, what else do we have to do? So, is everything set up on this? I have it anchored at the bottom. Okay, we're going to get into this now. Finally, things are, hopefully we can flow better here. Yeah, I'm just going to have to make sure I don't, do that again. Okay, location. Everything looks good. Okay, I think we're okay. Now, this label isn't really necessary, but I just wanted to show you something that you can run and display, like sort of like threads in a sense, right? It's kind of like a thread run check sort of thing, and it lets you know if things went okay when you ran the program. Okay. Let us continue on. What shall we do next? So that's the other thing I wanted to do. Okay. So when the user enters some hard values, actual physical numbers from their keyboard, I wanted to display. So it's kind of like this is part of, for me, this is kind of for you guys. Okay. To help you with testing. Right? So you can see that everything is kind of working nicely with your code behind. Okay? So what I'm going to display here is for testing. Okay? It's not really necessary, but it doesn't hurt to maybe even want it. Maybe you would even like it in your program. Just to display that the text box is working okay and that the program's reading the information and changing it from a value to a string, all those sort of goodness things that are happening behind the scenes when you run your program dynamically. Okay, or dynamically run your program. Yeah, let's do this because I love doing it. What would I like to call it? I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. There's no sense playing around with it too much. I have it as top, so good enough. Everything else is the same here. We may or may not delete them. We may keep them. It's hard to say, right? Because things are changing and you're going to do different things as you work through your program. You might slowly be trying to improve it, make it look better, and maybe add information or remove information. It just depends on what you want, right? Okay. Now let's see. That's not too loud for you guys, I hope. I think it's okay. So I got a new headset now, so it's I can hear the music better versus using earbuds. Okay. Now size, again we'll auto adjust. Again, here we go. Be careful. Make sure you have the right thing selected. And so what we're going to be printing, this is what we're doing. So kind of a recap here. Go to my pictures. Is it here that I put it? Placed it? Where did I place that? Just looking for it right now. I think it was in here. I'm in the right folder area, just looking for it. Did it move? Why was it was over here before? Must be in another folder. Wow. I swear to God, I just have the worst of luck. No matter how hard you try. What did I... Where is that? I'm looking for that image I was sharing with you guys and gals in regards to y equals mx plus b. And I forget, of course, what I named it. It was in here. I swear to goodness, that's where it was. Okay, hold up. Maybe it was in. Maybe it was in here. Okay, let's see. I apologize for this. Is it in my... I wonder if it's in recent. No, of course it wouldn't be. Why would it be? Not this folder. Way too many folders. How can I search this? Maybe I should search for it. Again, I always say I'm organized, but it's like I feel like that's exactly where I put it, and now it's not there. Where's here? All right, forget it. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. This is something that I don't like doing to you guys. It's trying to have to find stuff. Just too much information going on. All right, I'll worry about it later. It was just one of those days, guys and gals. I've been having OBS issues. I'm trying to set up for the streams. I'm trying to plan what I want to kind of go through in the program. And then I have all these sideways, everything going sideways, tasks and or issues. So it's put me behind a little bit. Normally I have everything already all pre-set up so that I could just get right to it. So I do apologize for that. It's just one of them days. Or is that always one of them days? Okay. So we're doing slope essentially. The first value is going to be X. So we're going to have user MX1. User, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what I could call it. I don't know, slope, user slope delta. That kind of works, even though it's... I'm going to save the delta part. No, we'll do that. Okay, leave it. All right. Anything else I want to change? All right. So the name. So this is going to be user entered. I don't know. I need the subscript is what I need again. So that may work. Which one had that subscript again? Yes, it was in there. That's where it was. It's one of these. No, definitely not that. Okay, I'll just do it again. Alt code for subscript script 1. Okay, superscript I meant. Superscript 1. No, not superscript. Subscript. Stop with the auto suggesting. Subscript. Here we go. Got it. And then I'm going to go X1. There we go. And continue. Anything else to do with these? Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Good enough, good enough, good enough, good enough. Okay, good enough. I'm going to need also subscript 2. So I'm just going to keep that here for now. So I'm ready with it. Let's try to get the gears rolling here. Okay. Copy, paste. Try to do this a little bit faster. Size, don't care about the size. Location. And location of the other one. Okay, and then I'm going to go like this. This is going to be X2. Should have left it. That's okay. All right. And this is going to say 2. So let's do that quickly. Hot symbol. It's a quick copy. You don't even have to do anything. Just copy and paste. It's nice. Simple. Boom. X2. There we go. Actually, that's fine. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I do need another one, but I'm going to do this and change the location of this one. There, and then we're going to copy this one, paste. It's going to be Y1. Change it to Y, and then the location is going to be here. I'm at the point I'm just going to copy and paste the locations, and this is 0, 0, 0, 0, and this is going to say Y. For now, again, this is just for testing, right? For now. Okay, and then we're going to copy this one, paste, and here. There we go. And it's going to be Y2. Do apologize if I'm going a little fast, but again, feel a little bit behind today, and I want to kind of just get moving through things a little bit quicker if I can. Then we can start doing code behind. Essentially what we're doing is getting all the graphical user interface stuff kind of done. And then we'll do the code behind. Okay, we're good there. Let's have a quick look. All right. All the buttons don't work yet. I have a habit of wanting to click them and stuff, but they don't have any code for them yet. Okay. Now, oh, right. I could have did that as well. Let's do that. We'll add a colon. And 0 tab. How is it tab picking up tab index 2? Oh, right, because it's a parent thing. It's a parent. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, it's using 2 because, well, that's for the form, and the form is the parent. And these are all child or children's of this panel. Okay, X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Let's continue. What's this? Is this I think this is a regular label. Just use a normal standard label for now. And make sure I have this selected and bold. There we go. This is going to be our output. So this is the actual what we'll use in code. So I wonder, that says user. Okay, yeah, I could change that. Is what I could do. So to output, right? Output X1. Good enough. I mean, this is just for just to show you, to demonstrate to you what you can do, what you can type and such. They don't have to be this long. Again, maybe you have a better system that you would like. Your system may be different to what you want to type. Again, I'm kind of live doing this. I don't want to spend a lot of time overthinking, names, right? So we'll just roll with it. Okay, so this is going to be for the code behind. All right. Location is going to be this. There. Okay, and then I'm going to just go something like that. Just a space filler kind of thing. Okay? That'll change. All right, let's do another and continue. Now, hang on before I get too carried away. 0. Okay, where is the 1? Where's 1? What has the value 1 on it? A lot of double checking. Somewhere there's a 1. I don't know. I don't think there's anything else hiding. There shouldn't be. Everything's saying 0. Huh. Wild sauce. Okay. Oh, where'd you go? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I had to do that. Whoa, I don't want to do that. I better slow down before I get carried away here. Okay, again, let's look at this. All right. Copy, paste, there you are. They just kind of land wherever. It's random, right? And location, that's all I need from this. There, and then I'm going to copy the name. And I'm changing it to X. No, Y1. Y1. Okay, and continue. Okay, and this is going to be X2. And make sure 0, 0. Copy and paste. And location. Trying to pick, just trying to get in another gear here, guys and gals. Okay, and Y2. There we go. All right. There we go. So, and we'll worry about the picture box later. We have all that and that now. I could lock everything for now. Let's do some, oh, we need some more buttons. Let's go. Okay, so now let's do some more buttons. We'll do 2 buttons and then we'll get to code. Okay, sound great? How are we doing on time here? Not bad, we still have time. Okay. Isn't that amazing? All right, it's flat button time, boys and girls. Flat button time. Let's do this. Flat button. Oh, look at that. Will you look at that? Will you look at that? Look at that guy. Had to chuckle. Okay. There we go. Location. Location, location, location. There we go. That is not the location. What's the size of my picture box here? 411, 438, yeah. Location is 32, 211. Ah, that's what it is. Picture box is a little bit higher. There we go. Perfect. Ah, it got moved. Okay, awesome. So you can still see the flat button because it has just enough color change to see it with the background. Okay. All right. Flat button is going to say, we actually want it to, we want to be able to tab to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5. 0. Why do I have that as 0? Huh? Okay. 4, 7, 8, 9, 11. Just checking my tab stops here. That's 5, 6, 7. There's 10. Ba, 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 ba. 7, and then 8. So this would be 8, right? Why is it 3? Right, parents, child thing. 5, 6, 7. So I might want to go from actually 5, 6. So 6, 7. This should be 8. And I'll make this 9. This is going to be 5 and then 6. All right. And what else? Let's name it. That's not the one. There we go. Flat button. Display values essentially. And then I just kind of put drop, and we'll have to do that. Good enough. Okay, and then we're not really changing much to it. Everything's about the custom button stays the same. Location. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's just lock it. Copy. Hang on. Copy. Paste. And then I'm gonna lock them both. You can still move buttons by forcing, even though they're locked. So here's another tip. You can still move a button even if they're locked. The only way to do it is to change the values inside properties. Okay, there you go. Right, size 12 font. That's what I forgot to do. 12 and 12. And this is going to say calculate. That should be 6, 7. Okay, perfect. Calculate, I don't know, slope, I guess. We'll just do that for now. Okay. And it's actually going to be, well, I don't know. Normally you wouldn't do these sort of things, but we're just going to go like that. Okay, there we go. And as a matter of fact, this could say M equals, and then I'll just move it a little bit. There we go. Good enough. It all looks good from an airplane. Okay, let's go. Let's get into the good stuff now. Okay, guys and gals, we got a lot of we have a lot of things completed. The designing part's fun. Okay, can be. Just got to be a little wary and aware of certain things. Okay, once you get it, you'll be really happy. Normally, I lock things, objects. I should call them objects, because it's a thing on top of our form, so essentially it's an object. Objects also, you'll hear objects when you're talking about code. So just to be clear, so that you guys, because I know I use object a lot, okay? You have to kind of be able to discern what I'm talking about in a sense. Am I talking about code objects, Or am I talking about objects in the form, right? So if I'm working on the form and calling something an object, well, it's an object of the form. But you'll also hear the term objects when we're inside code or typing code. Okay? So do be aware of that. Now let's before we do any user enter stuff and that, let's do some fancy goodness with our, we're going to do code behind now. Okay? All right. So now I want to have a little bit of organization here. So this is my methods region. Now make sure that you don't mess your curly brackets up. This bottom curly bracket here belongs, you can see the program, this fine, awesome application. I love it. Visual Studio, right? They show a line connecting, so I call it brother and sister curly brackets, right? They belong together. Okay, if you delete it accidentally, you can add another one in. The program will fix itself, but just be aware of that, right? All the code is in between. Okay, same thing with here. So as a matter of fact, I'm getting carried away. Both of these curly brackets must be together. Okay, so what you can do, if you're to avoid any accidents, just kind of give yourself some space here. All right. Yes. Okay, so I have my methods region, which I can collapse if I'd like to or need to. It's a lot easier to zip up and down through code. You have this slider bar, vertical slider bar as well, which is nice, so that you can kind of zoom up and down through code quicker. Again, code can get pretty lengthy, like thousands of lines. Okay, now I want to just show you some organization here. Looking through I have another program open, so I'm kind of just, I'll either type the code or I'll just copy and paste it. It's already done. So a lot of times I'll do it just to save time, especially when I'm running behind time here or running behind schedule. I want to kind of catch up. The goal is to get a couple of videos done for you guys and gals, and I'm already behind schedule today. Okay, let's see. Here we go. So we have an events region. These are my main buttons. And we're going to work on these right now. We're going to work on buttons. Okay? This end region can actually go right here. Okay? Perfect. So we'll be in between. We'll be fine. Our event buttons. Let's do this. So let me show you how to do this the right way when you're creating a button. Okay, so there's a few things you can do. Obviously you're going to have a click, right? You're going to left click it. So there's a couple of them and I'll show you. Normally, let's begin with the reset. Let's do that. Okay, just to start somewhere. Okay, reset controls. And I'm going to go like that because that's where I want it. All right, I've got my reset button selected. The first thing I want, guys and gals, is the name. Okay, this is what we use in the code. Okay, the name is the code. Again, down here, this is the text. The text is what you see visually on the button itself. So that's the difference. This is for code behind. All right, so I'm going to copy it. Now, right now, if you look here, you can see where my mouse is, or my cursor. We're on the properties button. We can click this event button. It looks like a lightning bolt. Okay? Click that. Now, they have a click one, but I prefer the mouse click one. So if I go to mouse click, you can see all the numerous things you could do. There's a lot. Okay? But I'm only going to do a few of them so you can see that you have the option of doing these customizations with your buttons. There's a lot. Yeah, I know. It's a lot you can do. Okay, but it's fun once you get it. All right? So let's do mouse click because you're going to need that, of course. So I'm going to go Control V. I'm pasting the name. Okay? I go underscore and then I type mouse click. That's all you need to do. And then I just click, left click outside anywhere in here, and watch this. Boom. The magic's done. So what's happened is we're going to cut that out. Now, as soon as you cut it out, if you try to go back into the form's going to break. Okay, but it's an easy fix. You just have to get this back, right? As soon as this is deleted, you lose it in the form, right? So be aware of that. Okay, I'm going to go undo. All right, so there we go. This is our event handler. So whenever the button is clicked, whatever action happens inside this method, right? I could tell it's recommending this close, but that's not what we're doing. Okay, check this out. We're going to do some fanciness. But let's get all our buttons here first. Okay, I'm going to show you a few that you can do. Okay, let me show you. So we're going to go back. I still have reset selected. I'm not sure if I lost the name. We need the name, so I'm going to Control C, go back to my events. And now I want one that's called mouse hover. This is customization for your button. Mouse hover. Okay, paste, underscore, type mouse hover. No spaces. And click. Boom. Let's do another. Mouse leave. What happens when the cursor leaves? Mouse leave. Be careful when you're typing too. The only way to change it in the code behind, you can't just change it here. Okay, that doesn't work. Things will break. You got to be aware of this. You can only change it in the events. Okay, but then it'll create a new one. So if I mess up the text when I type it and I fix the text here, it's going to create a duplicate. So you'll have to delete the one that's got bad text, right? Okay. You'll delete it here in code. I guess I should try to explain. I try to explain things the best that I can, guys and gals. I'm not exactly a teacher, but you guys and gals to me are the future. So I'm trying to help you learn and grow, right? So I'm doing my best here. I appreciate your thoughtfulness and your understanding. Again, I'm hopefully helping you learn and grow. Okay, that's the goal. Okay. And so what's the other one I need? Enabled changed. That's the other one. I need enabled changed. I still have reset clicked. Okay, good. Enabled changed. And then I'm going to write enabled changed. Okay, there. So there we go. We have four. We have four kind of custom methods, actions for our reset button. And I'm going to do the same for the others. Okay, so there's a bit of repetition. Okay, now going here. How are we doing for time? We're at that time already. I got to speed things up. I'm going to try to finish this button. Going into... hang on. into here, color controls. We're going to take advantage and make use of our color controls now, okay, from our core. Whoops, that's the goal. Okay, now I'm running a little bit behind on time, like I've said. Normally I want to type it out for you guys and gals, I do, but I gotta finish up this so that I could actually start another stream for you. Stay tuned, I'll get another video going for you. Again, you know I appreciate you watching and learning along. You are awesome, awesome. Okay. Now I'm a little bit OCD. Did I mention that? I might have mentioned that. And I mean, this is the way I order stuff. You're gonna do it in your own way. You do you, right? Whatever makes you feel good and comfortable, and whatever you like, whatever order you prefer, that's up to you. There's nothing written in stone that says this has to be this way, right? It's just the way I like to organize my stuff. Okay, so we're gonna need, now I'm gonna go back to properties. I'm gonna click this little button and I'm back to properties. I need the name again, so I'm just gonna copy that. I'll just type the first one, okay, mouse hover. Okay, we need the name of the button, dot, and we're gonna change the foreground, okay? Check it out, right? Dot separator, you can access events and methods and all the other goodness. Fields, the wrench are fields, right? That's what the word I was trying to get. And terminology, whatever, like terminology is great, okay? It's good to know and have an understanding of terminology, and the way I look at things, as long as you understand what it's doing, who cares about the terminology? I mean, it's nice to be able to talk the lingo with a fellow coder and that, right? It's a language in its own, right? Sometimes you forget the terminology or lingo, which is fine. But you still understand what it does. Okay, so I'm going to change the foreground color. It's going to equal to colors. Now I'm accessing my colors. This is my object. Again, we're talking about code now. This is an object. And I'm dot separating again, because that's what objects do. You have access to methods, events, fields, and so on. Okay, again, you get this nice pull down list. So now it's actually in my color controls, and I can select the color I need. And I want button controls foreground hover. Button controls foreground hover. Boom. And end with a semicolon. Let's go. And that's there you have it. Okay, so again, I don't mean to do that. Button controls foreground hover is in here somewhere. I wonder if I already passed it. button borders, button, here we go. Button there, focused, there's a few here. Just depends on what you want to use. Okay, so again, you need an object in order to access this, right? Same thing with in the code here. Whoops, up here we need to instantiate, right? We need to instantiate in order to be able to access our color controls. Here's the object that we're using. Okay, this is an object. Now again, object in code is different to objects in forms. Okay, but again, objects can hold many things. They're like containers, right? And they make the magic happen. Objects make the magic happen. Yes, they do. Okay, so you can see where that name comes from. I'm just showing you here quickly where all this information comes from. All right, let's do another. We need this. You can double click. It'll instantly highlight. Okay, dot. And now we're going to do the background. Okay, background color equals. Again, we need to use color controls. We need to use our object to access our color list. And I'm going to use button controls, background, mouse hover. Let's start typing back. There we go. BTN controls, background, mouse over. Mouse over, I meant. Boom. Right? Mouse hover. Makes sense, right? Okay. And now let's do the border control. Or border color. Sheesh. And then that's going to equal to, let's use our object again to access our colors. Control mouse over color. There we go. Okay. And drop the A's. Okay, that's the start of it, guys and gals. I wanted to get through more of it, but now you're getting the idea of what we're kind of getting into. We're customizing our reset button, and things are going to happen magically. Our cursor is going to change, our button's going to change, it's going to have a different look and appearance. It's kind of more live action going on with your program versus just a square line going over top of another square line. That's pretty boring, isn't it? We'll get the one button finished and then I'll show you the difference. All right, guys and gals. Much love. Thank you all so much for watching. You know I appreciate you. I'm going to end this stream. We'll continue on in the next video. You will have to drop by in the next video if you want to see more. I am Johnny. You guys and gals take care for now, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.